I was so worried about this. I was so worried about this. Because with the past, present, future, it sort of clarifies it for me if I keep in mind that this is past, present, and future. Ah, card of transitioning, transforming something. In the past, we've got, boy, blessings, harmony, unity, something that feels really good, but we've got a fight and some walking away. We know we're dealing with some maybe not seeing eye to eye, maybe verbal communication breaks down here, and the ending, boom, came to the situation. And it feels like, you were feeling really good about it, and then it just sort of suddenly came to an end. And currently you're feeling like you've been maybe knocked off of your feet by what feels like a sudden breakup. Or if you're talking about a release from a job where you suddenly released from your job, you were pretty happy there. I can say that you were probably feeling pretty good about the situation. Whatever it is, whether it's love, whether it's your finances, the things you hold dear. There was something that came up, an exchange, and the end came. But here you are, you're thinking. You're in the planning process. Okay, what do I do? How do I correct this? What do I have to do different? What do I need to think differently? How do I need to approach a situation? What do I need to communicate about this? Because for someone, the ending is of an unknown nature. And for some of you, it's connected to the next phase of the moon. Whatever is going on that week, I'm not going to try to identify it right now. But, whatever the seasonal transition of the moon is for that, it brings an ending. Especially if it's a full moon coming up, because it does lie in the future. So I would say watch for that certain kind of ending coming up around the time of the next full moon. There's disappointment connected to that ending for sure. But it's not a total loss, because we still have something left over. Two of Cups are still standing here. That says even though you may lose, and maybe you lose the bigger part of the situation, but you still have opportunity. There's still something that says here, connected to the situation, you're going to be able to continue on. So whatever this kind of ending, it sort of puts you in the planning stages. Planning what to do next. What is it that I need to do to transform the situation for me? And for some of you, it's getting right back on the horse. You're not going to let some sort of a shakeup or a tragedy, a small one. I don't think it's a huge tragedy, but it's enough to make you feel like there's some loss. And that, it feels like your happiness is stolen away from you. But, for good or bad, there's a sense that you're going to be able to plan and work your way out of it. Yeah, you'll experience some feeling of loss if you're understanding what this is at this point. You may not recognize it until it happens, because this is for next week. And it is current day, so you may not even realize what I'm talking about here, Libra. But the next phase of the full moon coming up, we haven't met it yet. It's going to bring an ending, and that's why I said full moon. Watch for that full moon. They're all about endings. the widower, faithfulness, and money. Okay, so now we get the message that the loss here isn't going to be as bad as you thought it was going to be. It looks initially like it's probably more earth-shattering than it is, but honestly, whatever changes bring this disaster or this shakeup brings, you can have faith that your flow of money is still going to be secure. The room, the servant, attachment to the past, melancholy. I think that's just a phase. It's just nothing but a state of mind. It says, you know what? Nothing is really going to change all that much from whatever this shakeup is that you're facing. Excuse me. Oh, didn't want to have to do that, but I can't. My cards were on the other side of the table. These are the James Van Prague Soul's Journey. And it looks like, Libra, you're going to be journeying through something. If this resonates with you, it's supposed to. If it doesn't, it's not. Look around. If this doesn't make sense to you, check your moon and your rising. Maybe those have more appropriate messages or connected messages for some of you. So look those up. Now, let's look at the James Van Prague and see what our soul's journey is telling us. Happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Choose happiness. You're going to come out of this shake-up all right. So you may as well choose happiness on the way. Two of them together. Here we go. First, we have blame. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. Not for the experience, but for your own well-being. And be happy while the change is going on. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I have set my mind to do. Persevere through the negative. Continue on through whatever this shakeup is. It's not as bad as it looks. Initially, it looks like it might be the ending for someone, but I think through planning, through just continued work and reflection, you're going to come out on top of this shakeup. Now I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to go over to Vimeo and do your love reading. This really, even though the Ace of Cups is here, it doesn't always read as love to me. It can always talk about something that you put a lot of hard work into. And it can. It can absolutely be related to love, but for someone, this is a shakeup. And it's a shakeup that's going on in your maybe personal life, but I think for some of you, it is a shakeup at work. Because I know you guys, Libra, you put your heart and soul into every little thing you do. Your devotion is sometimes mind-boggling.